It looks like we are up and running. I'm just gonna chill here for a moment. We'll get warmed up. How the devil is everyone doing today? I'm having a pretty chill day. I'm having an alright one today. I am in the midst of finishing up some fun work projects. I'm getting real in the weeds on Balatro. I'm still very in the obsession rabbit hole on Balatro.
Oh.
How do I'm trying to remember how I increased the friendship link with this person. Is it just I keep ordering food from you? It might just be that.
My plate. Thank you.
Oh, I can just raise our friendship link real quick then. And then we're gonna go do Joongi's friendship links, his all of his friendship points, because we can do his entire friendship story in one go. That's all the friendship links done. Then we can get his ultimate weapon, and then we can go to the end of the game. Yeah, can I just... I haven't been paying attention. Can I just buy the same thing from her over and over? And will she...
Thank you.
No, she's not continuing to go up on the points. But that's fine. We'll give it a minute while people arrive. I'll do some karaoke while we get warmed up.
Hope you're ready for this.
Oh, what am I in the mood for? Oh yeah, no, this is it. It's
Get ready.
Judgment. Good day, everyone. Hope you're all doing well.
We're starving dogs running the rail lines, just getting by on any scraps we can find. And that feeds means nothing to me. This tail don't wag for no one else.
You sound real like a furry in this song, Ichiban. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just I don't know if that's how this song is meant to sound. Like the won't wag my tail for anyone else. It's real furry.
His maker cries out, no to say justice. We're breaking the law, breaking the world together, throwing out all tenderness. We're breaking the rules. No cause, no choice, no going back to how it was. No slowing down because we'll keep our heads high. Our fists raised till we die. We're living by our own judgments.
Hell yeah, Ichiban, live by your own judgment. How's everyone doing today? I am ooh. I am seeing what new things have happened in the video game world today that I haven't paid attention to yet. Not much. It's not seeming like there's a lot of important-y video game things that have happened today, which is good, because I have no room in my brain for new important video game things. Being gay and doing crimes indeed, active criticism. How are you? There we go. I think I'm about good to go. Yeah. I'm just going to jump into Joongi's friendship quest, because that's the main thing we've got to get out of the way before we can progress the game today. I don't remember what his friendship link is about. I'm sure the fifth entry in it involves going and fighting someone with him, probably.
All by your lonesome?
I hear that quite often. But I was just thinking that it was getting a little too quiet.
News does need to stop. It needs to stop till more than tomorrow, Terra.
It's exactly what I'm getting at.
Oh, I remember what Joongi's friendship quest is about.
Honestly, I'm real glad you're here, man. You've been a huge help, and I seriously appreciate it. I didn't even realize that the Komi Jewel network spread as far as Hawaii.
It would be more accurate to say that we asked our comrades here in Hawaii for help. Many of them scattered across the globe when the Jingon Mafia was expelled from Kamurocho.
Dang. So you basically got contacts from all over the world?
Right. And there just so happened to be some in Hawaii with access to quality
How convenient
information
for
on the
you,
lookout.
sir. How convenient for
Otherwise,
you.
I wouldn't have been able to find out what Palikana was up to in such a short time.
Yeah, you completely, like, showed all of us
The
up.
inner workings of the organization.
He showed up and within 1 minute was like, here's satellite scans, here's exactly where the island is.
There's not much I'd keep secret from you now. However, you may have already noticed that I've been keeping my distance from everyone, yourself included.
And you can try, but Ichiban will befriend
I have,
you,
actually.
no matter how much you try and keep your distance.
Because we were living life as civvies?
Sounds rather pretentious, doesn't it? But you guessed right. We figured being around outcasts like us would spell trouble for you.
Oh, Ichiban just was his little friends. I missed you, but I appreciate what you did. I think that's a nice
Didn't miss you.
answer.
I appreciate what you've done. Not just me, but Namba and Adachi-san too.
Of course. I would have felt awful if that hadn't been the case.
No doubt.
This may come off a bit rude to you, Kasuga-san, but now, because of the way things turned out, I can finally talk with you. And part of me is elated about that. After all, Ijincho has been a bit of a bore as of late. The town's far too peaceful.
Oh, really now?
Sunny has also gotten livelier ever since Kiryu-san came to Ijincho.
Yeah, she's a bit of a fanboy.
He's out on the
Hey,
front lines
Artist
himself now. Though, that's not something that merits praise.
Oh, why is that?
As the leader of both Komijul and the Liomang, she should not be.
Yeah,
out
but
in
she
the
wants to go fighting with her
Not every day you
bestie.
hear Joongi Han himself talk about Sunhee like that.
We're quite a ways away from Ijincho. It's unlikely for Sunhee to overhear us talking. Furthermore, with the Hawaiian skies as vast as they are, I feel a bit freer here. I will always remain loyal to Sunny, of course. However, I hope I could get a pass every so often.
Yeah. What would you do if I ratted you out to Sionhee? Yeah, just kick back. You're on
with you
holiday.
there.
It's fine.
You just want to kick back and
And being able to fight at your side once again has been most exciting, Kasuga-san.
yeah, right on.
I said that I was keeping my distance from you all, but in truth, I'd been keeping an eye on you.
Okay, so exactly the opposite of what
I
you
know that
said,
were employed at
Jungi.
Hello Work and that you were
Sean
helping
Techno
former
says,
Yakuza on
hey,
new
hello there.
jobs.
Does this game have any accessibility
I have no
features?
clue about that.
I
Thanks, man.
don't remember what it does or does not
Yakuza
have off the top of
started
my
up
head,
this
but as soon as this
investigation firm.
conversation ends,
wanted
I
to lend
will
him a
jump
helping
into the
hand as
options
well.
menu and we'll have a look together.
But
We'll see
in the
what
end,
settings are there.
I agreed with Sunny that it was best we do not intervene.
Yeah, but if
An incompetent hero says, "Happy Friday, citrus bitches. I'm gonna miss this hashtag." Look, I feel like
Well,
we're
the
gonna
fact
have
of
to
the
make a
matter is
hashtag
that
citrus
you get things
bitches
done
emote
without us.
somehow
All of
because
you are very
it
capable
it feels like it's
individuals.
here to stay.
I guess you were watching over us for a lot longer than I thought.
I mean, Junki's an information broker. Of course, he was watching her for you, Ichiban. That's his whole deal.
Collecting information within Ijincho's how Gomicho puts food on the table. You were merely one part of that.
All right. Let's just leave it at that. But since it did make me smile, how about another drink?
Ah, that'd be welcome. It's been a while since we last drank to something, Kasuga-san.
Sure.
Okay, let's have a look. What is in that settings menu? Because I remember looking through it when the game first came out and setting it up how I wanted, and then never looking at the settings again because I had it set up how I wanted. So, Action prompts, so you can have it set up to tell you what button to press when certain prompts come up. You can slow down the battle speed, although that's a really weird choice because this is a turn-based RPG. There's nothing particularly time-sensitive. The battle speed setting, I guess if you turn down the battle speed, Kiryu's attack where the combat goes real time, you might be able to better make use of. Obvious stuff like turn off vibration and triggers, automate some of the camera, basic camera movement stuff, minimap, how the minimap looks. You've got subtitles, you can change the size, you can change the color, speaker names, subtitle backgrounds, conversation window size, lots of things for readability. How much blood? Swap the left and right stick functions. That's not one you see very often. Color vision assistance is common color blindness filters. There's your obvious like audio sliders. I think you can change audio to mono as well. You can do button remapping. That's the gist of it. It's not the most robust in the world, but like, it's not like there's no settings on offer to improve things. The joy of a turn-based RPG is a lot of stuff like doesn't have time pressure and things like that, for example. The only thing I know in this that has like button mashing required or under time pressure is occasionally in boss battles you'll be like clashing weapons with an enemy and have to mash, and if you fail to mash you don't automatically lose the fight, you just lose a little bit of health and see a slightly less cool cutscene. It's not a barrier to progression, but it's a negative if you can't do button mashing. That's what comes to mind off the top of my head. Anyway, Joongi, continue telling me of your escapades.
So, were you on the phone with Sunhee earlier?
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was actually speaking with a subordinate of mine. I let an officer candidate take care of things while I'm away from Ijincho. They're young, but capable.
Oh yeah? Everything good over there without you at the helm?
Everything should be. Up until now, I've only been managing some rather mundane group work. I apologize if this sounds arrogant of me, but I felt that I was above such menial tasks. Considering that it's just routine, I'm sure anyone could take over from me.
Ah. Then why the phone call? What was that all about? That subordinate of yours struggling because you're not there or something?
Small problem seems to have cropped up, but I let them decide how they should handle it.
Yeah, this is
All
like...
I said was, I'll leave it up to
If
your
you've left
discretion.
someone in charge,
You know,
they should be in a
if
position
you
to
were
make
my
discretionary
boss, I feel like
leadership
I'd have to
choices.
be ready for everything and anything.
Compared to the time when Rio Aoki attempted
Sean
to take
Techno says I
over
was looking for
Ijincho,
screen reader
we
support.
can now afford to give our
So I'm playing on PlayStation, and on PlayStation I know that there is no native screen reader support within the game. I don't know if there is on PC. I can do a Google quick. Okay, Dragon, Infinite Wealth, PC screen reader. I don't see available anywhere, but I will message someone right now while we're streaming because I know someone who could probably check that out, and hopefully I can find out an answer for you if there's any screen reader support on PC. I know there isn't on PlayStation, unfortunately.
subordinates.
I will
more
continue the conversation while I
opportunities
look
to
for
grow.
this.
Those were certainly trying days, especially when all of Ijincho's secrets were exposed.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Chairman Hoshino, the elder of the Ijin Three, was murdered, and the Omi Alliance sent in an entire army. And since we were so dependent on the gray zones of Ijincho, Bleach Japan nearly rendered us extinct. Just thinking about it makes me shudder. Don't you feel that way too, Kasuga-san?
Sounds like you've got an itching for some trouble.
Yes, maybe so. I did come all the way to Hawaii to join you after all.
Okay, I've sent someone a message. I will see if I can find out whether screen reader is available on PC. Apologies for no answer to hand. I've been learning a lot about like screen reader support on console, recently for various reasons. I've been doing some consulting stuff that has involved finding out how you do screen reader support for games that are on both PC and consoles, and oh, that's a whole messy rabbit hole to go down. There are very few game creation engines where you can use one solution to do screen reader across both PC and console. Fun little fact, a lot of games where you see screen reader support on console, it's not true screen reader support on console. What is actually happening is that the developer has taken every line of text that needs screen reader support, has made a text-to-speech of that line as like an audio file, and put that audio file with the line of text in the game, so that the console just plays an audio file rather than generating text-to-speech in real time based on what the text that is there. Yeah, there's a console level screen reader on PlayStation, on PS5, but games don't have access to that system level screen reader API. The developers have to develop their own screen reader that exists within their game engine, or generate all of the text-to-speech audio as audio files and associate it with the text for console. It's weird. It is not as simple as... Because that's what I assumed. I assumed PS5 has system-level screen reader support. Surely that is an API that a developer should be able to just sort of get their hooks into.
I really appreciate you being here, man. Honestly, I'm real happy we can party.
Yeah, PC screen readers are
I suppose joining
interesting in their own separate way.
That said, please.
Yeah, we'll get back to Joongi in a second.
Right now, she seems to be enjoying her time out on the front lines with Kazuma Kiryu.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes, at least long enough to greet him. He seemed to be faring much better than I had heard. He changed his hairstyle since we last met, so took me by surprise.
Oh, yeah, same here. I was a little confused when I saw him, too.
When Sunny heard that he was returning to Japan, she was quick to make her move. Before I knew it, she stuck right by Kiryu-san's side at all times. She didn't even consult me about it. At the very least, I would have liked her to ask for permission of some sort.
Yeah, so here's the deal about how, like, most games handle screen reader support on PC within games. Is a lot of games where, like, the game itself doesn't have, like, its own text-to-speech and it requires you to use an external program. Usually what that's doing is it's just taking the text that the game is currently highlighting and copying it to the clipboard, like, when you do copy and, like, Control-C, Control-V to copy and paste. Like, when you've copied a thing on PC and you haven't pasted it yet, it's sitting in something called the clipboard. And your screen reader software is basically just reading things as they're loaded into the clipboard. But from my understanding, none of the console manufacturers have implemented a similar thing to essentially have a space for copied but not pasted text generated by a game to sit so that console, like the system screen reader, can access it.
Honestly, I'm just glad Kiryu-san's got Sunny there to support him. With all that she's doing, shouldn't I be thanking her myself?
Oh no, it's fine. No need to do all that. Don't you worry, Kasuga-san. I'll be sure to tell her. That reminds me, are you aware that when Sunny went around town with Kiryu-san, Zhao joined them? That was when she told me to keep watch over the different factions. In that moment, I felt as if I was being left out.
Huh. So now Kiryu-san's got Zhao on his side.
Yeah,
Sounds like we're going all
Shuntek,
out
no,
now.
it's always a bit of a battle to find stuff that is fully blind accessible on console.
Kasuga-san.
Right on. It'll be like the good old times.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, because a lot of this stuff that I'm talking about now, I learnt from having conversations with one of the few developers I know who has done a fully blind accessible game on PlayStation, or across all the consoles, was, what's it called? Brock the Investigator? The anthropomorphic animal detective point-and-click adventure from last year. They are who I did a lot of talking to about, like, hey, how did you pull off text-to-speech implementation? Because I'm struggling to find any way that it technically works. And they were like, yeah, we just generated it as audio files. Right, let's continue with Joongi. So yeah, he's come over to Hawaii. He left his subordinate in charge back in Japan. She keeps calling him over, like, really small things, and he keeps being like, no, like, use your discretion. You got this. I trust you. I wouldn't have left you in charge if I didn't trust you. That's where we're at, so let's jump back in.
Yo! Sup, Joongi? You up for another drink together?
Yes, of course. Your company is always welcome, Kasuga-san.
I do love that
I
canonically...
was glad to see the sun.
I do love that canonically Ichiban is getting up from the bar, waiting about 3 seconds, sitting back down and going, Joongi, do you want a third drink in a row and to keep telling me that story you were telling me like 30 seconds ago? I know we were done with the story, but I got 30 seconds away and then realized I want to hear more, so, drinks, buddy.
And things never change. For instance, Namba-san is just as pleasant as ever. A former nurse indeed, given his bedside manner, but I could tell that Kiryu-san trusted him.
That's great. I was hoping he'd pull through. Man, did he live up to my expectations. Real great. So even Namba's kicking ass over there.
Speaking of Ijincho, I just remembered something. Do you mind if I ask you something personal?
Huh? No need to beat around the bush. Go ahead, ask away.
Well, it's about you and Saiko-san.
Huh? What? Wait, what? What about me and Sachan?
You proposed to her a few years ago, correct? But after that, she stopped contacting you. How are things going now?
Oh, right. Let me guess. You heard about it from Namba. I haven't told you guys about that personally, so I was wondering how you knew about it.
Oh no, I didn't hear about this from Namba-san. The Komijo web catches even the most minuscule of details. That was how I found solid information about you failing your
Oh,
proposal
literally
process.
everyone knows that
Bro, seriously?
that
You guys actually track
Sayako
that kind of info? What's that?
Sayako turned down his proposal.
And do Sunny and Zhao also know that I proposed?
It's not like I can hide information from Sunny. As for Zhao, well, she had no reason not to tell him.
Gas Fireborn in the Twitch chat says, we even know what your preferred tissue brand is. Yes, I believe that is a thing he has said in the past. Yeah, if he knows your favorite brand of tissue, of course he's going to know that you tried and spectacularly failed to propose to someone
Right.
that's a mutual friend.
But man, did you really have to? I didn't want that spreading around.
What is there to hide at this point? We're all comrades who've put our lives on the line, aren't we?
Yeah, but an embarrassing not quite proposal's different though, bro.
I know we're in the same party and all, but this is something I have to resolve on my own. You don't have to worry about me, okay?
I certainly could. But we're both here in Hawaii, far, far away from Ijincho. I figured there's no better time or place to open up about this.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Guess it wouldn't hurt to talk about it. The day I proposed to Sachan, I know now that I spouted all sorts of selfish things at her. I told her she could quit her job whenever we have kids, and that we could visit Arakawa-san's grave to make him happy. Sachan just smiled and said she wasn't bothered, but I haven't been able to get in touch with her since.
Not even once?
Not even once. She's completely ignoring me, won't even reply to my messages or pick up my calls. I've been avoiding Sachan's place too. If I showed my face there, I'd just be adding more fuel to the fire.
Ah, I see. That's reasonable of you.
Have you met up with her recently?
Yes, actually. I saw her when Kiryu-san came by. She treated me the same as always.
Same goes for Namba and the others?
Right. My apologies. This must be hard for you to hear.
Guess it's pretty damn clear she's drawn a line between us.
Hey, Joongi, do you happen to know why Sachan's been avoiding me?
While I did discover that you proposed to her, I didn't unearth any details regarding what you said. And from my perspective, it would be wise not to speculate. But if Saiko-san truly intends to avoid you, then I'm sure she would have left you with some words to mull over.
Huh?
At least, I would think so, knowing what I do of your relationship. Had it been anyone but you, Kasuga-san, I have no doubt she would have told them to take a hint the moment she cut things off. You would be nothing more than a stalker if you kept it up after that.
Yeah, I totally get that. That's why I haven't been reaching out to her.
But you're not the sort of man who would hurt Saiko-san in any way. That hardly needs to be said. Saiko-san is also aware of that. Otherwise, if she did want to end things with you, she would have made that obvious.
So basically, you're saying Sachan hasn't completely given up on me?
I believe that's very much possible. Still, it would be difficult to confirm that yourself. If neither of you get the chance to reach out to one another, could I be your
Night
middleman?
Artisynth. Yeah, Joongi, help us out, because Ichiban will just put his foot in his mouth again if you don't help him do this.
Hold on. Are you sure it's okay to help me out with this? I mean, you gotta be busy with officer stuff, right? You've been keeping your distance up till now.
But here I am now, sitting next to you. There's no need to be so cold to an old friend.
You're a nicer guy than I thought, Joongi.
Well, that's rather harsh of you, isn't it? But I'll overlook that for today.
Well, can you blame me? When we first met, it felt like you were always making fun of us.
Sometimes, the strangest food may become an acquired taste.
I like
The
your
longer you chew on it,
weird dry delivery,
the more
Joongi.
flavorful it
You're
gets.
neat.
Ichiban Kasuga, you are very much the same way. And for someone in my profession, a friend who can cross those boundaries...
Is it a
often
compliment to be
precious.
called an acquired
You,
taste of a friend?
Saiko-san, and everyone else, I consider you all to be my good friends.
Oh, come on, man. I'm way too sober to handle all this sap right now.
Yes, I suppose that's fair. Excuse me, barkeep. 2 more drinks here, please. One for me and one for my good friend here.
I them
Ah,
friends.
fine. Guess I gotta go for another round if you're gonna be that insistent. Drink up, Joongi.
But of course, that's what I was planning to do this whole time.
Oh. So, while doing work this week, I have had on my second monitor. I've been watching a show, and I want to talk about it a little bit while I've got a minute here. So, I had previously started watching an anime many years ago, and I think I watched up to what had aired of it at the time, and then it would have been like weekly viewing, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll keep up with it, and then I fell off it because I'm bad at remembering to keep up on things on a regular basis. So I'll just say what it is. It's My Hero Academia, which I think I'd watched like the first 3 seasons of at the time. A lot of you will probably already know of this anime. If you don't, the gist is, it's a world where like 80% of people have like some kind of superpower, and our protagonist is like a little kid who's like, I want to grow up and be like Superman. I want to be like the best hero ever. And then he finds out he's in that 20% of people who have no powers, but he's like, I still want to be a hero. And events transpire, and it's like, hey, he meets his hero, and his hero's like, hey, so it turns out I never had a power growing up either. I got given it by someone else, and I can give it to you. Have my power, you will be the next big hero. And this kid trying to, you know, learn to be a hero, and it's very sweet. It has a little bit of like, it's got one character whose whole thing is, oh, I like boobs, because, you know, it's anime, and occasionally you have that. I'd watched like 3 seasons of this previously, and I'd gone like, oh, this is like, you know, fun slice of life school adventure, bit of superpower stuff. Occasionally you get some pretty dramatic, cool fight scenes, but, you know, sort of spread out with a lot of like character building downtime. And I came back to this, and I was like, yeah, I should like catch back up to where I was, and then like watch the couple of seasons that have happened since then that I haven't seen. My goodness, that show like, right around where I stopped watching is right before it goes, hey, let's get fucking serious and start ramping the hell up out of this plot. Saint Nobody says, to be fair, boobs are great as long as you don't let them overshadow the person they're attached to. Yeah, so look, I'm not one to deny boobs are great. There was a character in My Hero Academia, he's the short little guy with like purple balls on his head, and his thing is, he's got sticky balls, and he makes a lot of references to touching his sticky balls, while his entire personality trait is I have sticky balls and I like boobs. He sure is a character that I have to give, like, I have to caveat that show with, like, great show, apologies in advance for the man with the sticky balls. Yeah. But, yeah, My Hero Academia, a lot of it is, like, very sweet story of kid who desperately just wanted to help people and did not care that he was not, like, technically equipped to do that. He didn't want to let that stop his dream. It's very, very sweet sort of underdog rising into themselves kind of narrative. And then I reached a point where it's like, hey, the entire scope of the narrative is like considerably larger than you thought it was. Here's one revelation that like completely fucking explodes open the entire sense you had of what the power structure of this was. Anyway, war now. Woo! It's been a ride. Yeah, it's been an intense one. It's been a really interesting watch. And the main thing that like I found really interesting was there is a movie that takes place between I think seasons 5 and 6 of it, which, as I understand, is the original plan for how the creator was going to end the story, and then he was like, I thought of something better, so, you know, I'll put this in as like a little what-if sort of movie thing. And my goodness, I cried. That would have been the perfect ending for that show. I'm now watching My Hero Academia going, however you end this show eventually has to be better than that what-if ending you proposed, and that's going to be bloody hard, because that... You're either gonna one-up it, or you're gonna fail to live up to your own maybe we should have ended it this way side story, and I don't know how to feel about that narratively. Active Criticism says, I largely know My Hero Academia from listening to Quinn and Nick on Weekly Manga Recap. Yeah, so I'm not on the manga. I've not even caught up on the anime yet. I am watching through season 6. I believe season 7, like, the first episode is out. But yeah, like, first 4 seasons, fun little slice of life superhero adventure with occasional dramatic moments. Season 5 is like, hey, you thought, like, the main character's deal was like this? Nah, it's fucking this. It's all the way up in the fucking stratosphere. You ready? We doing a lot real quick. Incompetent Hero says, not an anime, but a show I was watching on Netflix, brackets won't name for spoilers. I watched the first half of a while ago. I went and finished the show and got blindsided by the protagonist dying 2 seasons before the show's end. They were 100% dead, 100% dead. Yeah. I respect the hell out of any piece of media willing to do shit like that. I'm like, yes, please do it. I started watching an anime that, like, a couple of years ago everyone was talking about, Jujutsu Kaisen. And, you know, this is not a big spoiler. They do a fake out that they're gonna kill their main character, like, 3 episodes in. And it's a fake out, it doesn't last. But they play it straight for long enough that I thought they were doing it. I thought they were going, no, we've introduced main character, built them up for 3 or 4 episodes, and then just killed them off and gone, the story's just gonna go on without them. And I would have respected the story so much more if that had been, no, we killed them off we go. Anyway, more Joongi. Tell us more about your subordinate and what's up with them.
Yo, Is that another call from your Komi Jewel subordinate?
It was, yes. Honestly, it's a bit worrisome. I was under the impression they'd be comfortable with everything. Now it's starting to feel like harassment, since they defer to my judgment on even the most trivial of matters.
But isn't it great they depend on you so much? I guess that means they still need you around. Feels better than being told everything's fine, even when you're not there.
Huh, I didn't consider that. You do make a good point.
Oh, yeah, I've been wondering. Who'd you leave in charge? Do I know him?
No, I don't believe you two have ever met. But they do know about you, Kasuga-san. Her name is Yana, a young woman. Not yet 30, if I recall correctly.
Oh, you've got a girl working for you.
And before you ask, yes, she is quite beautiful. She's learned some mannerisms from Sunny herself.
Wow. So is she like a little sister to Sunhee?
It'd be great if she were, but the two of them aren't that close. At least not yet.
You know what I need to get back to? I need to get back to One Piece. I need to find time to jump back into One Piece properly as well still. I'm trying to get through One Piece, because everything I see about late season One Piece looks so good, and everything I'm at now, I've got a journey to get there.
But the reason you're training Yana yourself is because she's got promise, right? I doubt you'd leave Komi Jewel in her hands otherwise, even if it's just temporary.
Impressive, Kasuga-san. You're right on the mark. Not a single word off. Here, have a look. This is Yana.
Oh, damn. You weren't lying about her being pretty. You know, this doesn't really look like a picture of a boss and his subordinate. She's a huge fan of yours, ain't she?
Well, yes, she does admire me. But that's where the root of the problem lies. It's very likely that she doesn't want to make any mistakes in front of me, so she keeps asking me for direction.
So that's the deal with all the phone calls.
Up until this point, all she had to do was follow my orders without having to think twice.
Oh, she won't
However, the
think
moment
now,
Sunny and I
God.
stepped out of the picture, she's had to think for herself and make her own decisions. To keep both
One
Komi
Piece
Jewel
is a
and the
lot.
Liumang running as
One
they
Piece
are,
is a lot.
she can't afford to
It's
take
like-
a short break. Yana has
You know, 1,000 episodes is only 100 episodes 10 times, which is only 10 episodes 10 times 10 times. Like, you know, he's not that bad when I break it down like that. I think I'm like 200 episodes in out of 1,000. I'm like a fifth of the way through One
to
Piece.
learn just how much effort it takes for these groups to assert their
There is
authority
too much
within
One
the
Piece,
Jincho.
but I'm in
Don't you
now.
feel
I'm
a little
committed.
sorry for
I
her,
gotta do it. I gotta see it
Dumped all
through.
this on her, right?
Is that truly the case?
Huh?
You never know what will happen in our world. One day, you might just lose those you've relied on. I believe that I've given her an ample opportunity to steel herself for such a situation, should it ever come to pass. Whether they like it or not, the ones who will come to inherit our legacy are those of future generations. It is my hope that she emerges from this situation a little more hardened.
You know, you're more considerate of other people than I thought. Heck, you're doing all this to educate the next gen. Guess I was wrong about you.
I'm sure you'll come to understand the day you have people under you. Sometimes, it's best to put up walls rather than shelters.
Sounds like Yuna's got herself a great boss. Back when I was under Captain Sawashiro, he either beat you senseless or yelled at you. You're the better option, Joongi. Like, way better. Because, you know, the captain would never want a picture with me.
Did you want one with Sawashiro? I'd pay good money to see that.
Ichiban, you should be allowed a picture with your
No,
sort of like
I
role,
thought about
your
taking one before,
parental
but
figure
I'm good.
role
Doubt
models.
either of us would be happy with that kind of photo.
Speak of the devil.
Oh,
Another call from
he's
them.
calling again.
You know, for all his talk about wanting her to be more independent, he sure does dote on her. Guess I'll wrap it up here.
Okay, so that's level 3 drink link done. Got 2 more, and then we'll be besties. We can go get his ultimate weapon.
What's up, Joongi?
Hello again, Kasuga-san. Huh. Oh, apologies. 1 second.
Saint Nobody says, deciding to watch One Piece in its entirety is only marginally less insane than watching Coronation Street or EastEnders in its entirety. That is a very UK reference to make. I'll say this. One Piece has some pretty good fan edits to, like, trim out a lot of the fluff and, like, speed them up. One Piece is pretty good. I'm not aware of, like, either Coronation Street or EastEnders having, like, the fan edit that, like, really trims down the narrative and speeds up your, like, I don't know if there's, like, EastEnders viewing orders where it's like, oh, this episode's filler, you can skip that one. You know, only episodes like 30, 32, and 33 from this arc are, you know, canon to the original source material. At the very least, One Piece, I can be like, cool, which of these are actually important, and do you want to, like, do you want to just, like, cut out any, like, long, lingering flashbacks to, like, speed me through it? EastEnders, no one's going through making the effort to give me a cut where, like, there's no flashbacks to, like, oh no, 2 episodes ago, Pat broke into the wedding and told us he was the father. Like, yeah, we saw it, like, 2 episodes ago. You don't need to play the whole 4-minute scene again. I have no idea if that is a series of events and names that make sense for that soap opera, but it's been running long enough. I'm sure at some point a guy called Pat has broken into a wedding and said he's the father. I would put money on that.
Come on, seriously?
It's very much like that internet rule of if it exists, there is porn of it. If you say a sentence with a couple of British names thrown in, it probably happened on EastEnders.
Huh?
As we speak? How could you be so selfish? Unbelievable. So you're already here?
Hold up. Yana's in Hawaii?
I'm at a bar with my friends right now.
How many episodes of Coronation Street
are
are there?
Yana, where are you right now? I suppose I'll come fetch you myself.
Sounds like you've got trouble.
Okay, watching One Piece is considerably more sane than all of Coronation Street. One Piece, you know, it's a lot. It's about it's 1,000 episodes. You know, you can trim that down with, like, one pace or something. There's no one pace for Coronation Street. And do you want to know? Do you want to hazard a guess how many episodes of Coronation Street there are compared to the 1,000 episodes of One Piece? You're pretty close, Bella Bean. It's 10,230 episodes. Which is weirdly less than I thought. I assumed it would be more than 10 One Pieces. You know, EastEnders has only got a paltry 6,000 episodes by comparison. Hollyoaks about 6,000. Emmerdale got 9,500. How long would it take to watch all of Coronation Street? They're 22-minute episodes, so they're the same length as One Piece. So Coronation Street is about 10 One Pieces. It's about 10 One Pieces.
Exactly as you heard. Yana abandoned her duties in Ijincho and came to Hawaii. To think she'd leave her post just like that.
But you're still gonna meet with her, right? She's probably feeling real lonely right now, so let's hurry and bounce, man.
Saint Nobody, that's the thing though. If you watch a good edit like One Piece, it'll keep that 25% that's like, that's really important. And any bits of the he's got the flu silliness that are required to get to the seriousness, but it'll be like, you know, we can probably have like 2 or 3 fewer sneeze jokes if we need to.
Yana truly is a beauty. I'm sure you're excited to meet her and all, but...
Come on, let's talk later, Joongi. Can't leave a lady waiting for long.
What a handful.
That's 10 batches of 10 episodes 10 times, and then again 9 more times. No big deal. Exactly, right? Incompetent arrow?
Huh? You're meeting Yana here, right?
I could get through Coronation Street real quick.
How strange. Perhaps
How many
she got
episodes
lost
of-
along the way.
How many episodes of My Hero Academia are there? I've been binging that while I've been working. I don't know how long it is.
Hell?
Get away from me, you creep! I'm not that kind of girl!
Oh, come on, baby girl. Don't be like that. Just one drink. How about it?
Oh! Joongi Neem! Over here!
Hey, let's hurry and help
138
her out.
episodes.
Joongi?
Okay.
What's going on here?
She doesn't
Watching
need
through
our
My Hero
advice.
Academia has been about
She can
10%
take
of
care
a One
the
Piece.
situation herself.
I could be 10% further ahead in One Piece
What?
if I hadn't My Hero Academia.
Help me, Joongi Neem!
It would take 4 months non-stop. Is that, like, never sleeping to watch all of Coronation Street? Or do you get to, like, sleep? Is that, like, you know,
Hey,
counting
the
sleep?
girl's with us. Sorry, but you mind leaving her alone?
Joongi, Neem, I'm so glad you came.
No sleeping. Okay, okay.
Everything's gonna be all right. I'm here to help too.
And who's this? You her Prince Charming?
Yo, what am I, chopped liver?
Excuse me, gentlemen, but that girl works for me. Very much appreciate it if you let her off.
Hey now, we just want an hour of her time. You fellas can come on by and pick her up later. But she probably won't be able to walk straight by then, if you catch my drift.
I don't think they're asking her for a dance.
Neither do I. Fortunately, it would appear that negotiations are off the table.
Oh gosh, to think Joongi Neem would fight for my honor.
You guys just gonna keep standing in the way? Alright, fine then. Let's see you block this! How the hell?
Now listen here, pal. You've been giving me the silent treatment this whole time, but come swinging my way? I think twice about that shit, man. Cause that seriously pisses me off.
You son of a bitch! You're fucking dead, you hear me?
I'll put you in place.
How exciting.
Okay, Joongi, you are considerably underleveled for this fight, but don't worry, I'll carry you.
This sucks.
Let's... One laser should probably do it, Joongi, I'm gonna guess. No, no, one person survived my space laser, okay.
I'm starting to feel
On to the next level.
There we go.
Joongi Neem.
Yuna, to attention.
Sir, yes, sir.
Hey, what's going on here, Joongi?
Yuna's not a girl who'd be held up by these sort of men. She should have been able to take them out without our aid. I've trained her myself. Am I wrong, Yuna?
No, not at all. I was just ecstatic you came to my rescue.
Huh?
Yuna likely calculated how long we would take to get here and planned for those men to hit on her by the time we arrived. The unlucky fools. They had no clue they were being played. Pitiful.
So basically you're saying she did all
Hey,
this
Simba.
just so you could save her?
Was I correct, Yuna?
Oh, you know me so well. I knew it. I just can't live
Yeah,
without
Joongi, you
both
picked a
up.
real bad person to leave in
What's your
charge
Did you
while you were
seriously
gone.
think this
She's
girl
not being
did
back in
me?
Japan being in charge for you.
Oh, I'm starting to suspect that I made the wrong call.
How could he be so cruel? You have to hear me out, Kasuga-san. I was trying to do my
Yuna,
best.
step
I
one
really
was stay in Japan and run the Gomi Jewel.
For me, Yuna. Now, who's being cruel here?
Who else but Joongi Neem? He shot me a message saying
I'm
he was heading to
guessing
Hawaii, and all of a
Nim
sudden
is
I'm
like
in charge.
like Kun
There's
or
no way I
Chan
could handle
in
all
Japan,
that, he
but
went ahead
in
and
Korea.
left me behind anyway.
I'm guessing it's a sort of honorific.
How could you after all I've done for you?
A sort of
Do anything just to
something
stay
meant
at
to
your side.
communicate
Regardless,
relationship to the
do you think
person.
it's permissible to leave
Okay,
your
for
post
teachers,
without
etc.,
further
yeah.
notice? Not to mention, Sunny isn't there either.
It's not one I
So who
recognized, but
exactly
from
is looking
context,
for
I
both
assumed it
groups
filled a
as we speak?
similar role.
Guillaume's taking care of it now. I figured it'd be a great chance for that pushover to grow a backbone.
Oh, so you literally, your delegation was you also came to Hawaii and left
Something
the
up with
next
Kilo?
person in the chain
Oh, no,
in
not at
charge.
all. He's just incredibly fond of Yuna and would do whatever she'd say. I wouldn't call him unreliable per se, so perhaps she made the right call. You made sure you executed a proper handover of authority to Kihun then, correct?
Yes, of course.
And he's
I
about
shot him a
to...
message saying I was heading to Hawaii and that I left him in charge.
Is he gonna show up any minute now as well?
Exact same thing you did.
Why, you presumptuous little...
Really following in her boss's footsteps, this one.
Listen, Yuna, my situation is different from yours. Did you really think such a selfish act would be permitted?
Why wouldn't it be?
How dare you do how dare you do that? I know I did it, but how dare you do
The
it?
problem at hand is that I came to Hawaii without your permission, right? But
You're the one who came to Hawaii without Sunhee's permission.
Huh? Hold up. I thought he came out here because Sunhee ordered him to. Bro, did you actually come here without telling her?
Again, our circumstances are completely different.
You're being a
Totally
hypocrite,
the same.
Joongi.
You think so too, right, Kasuga?
Hey, Joongi, are you for real? That's kind of messed up, man.
It's not kinda messed up, man.
Oh, okay. This is obviously getting to you.
Look, since I was the one managing both organizations, my decision to leave Yona in charge should not be an issue. Also, Sunny and Zhao both ran off with Kiryu-san without telling me. It's not fair that they get to dump all the boring work on me.
I think so too. That's why I'm here in Hawaii.
Whatever you think, that's not your call to begin with.
Come on, that's not fair. Why do I get all the boring work?
Yana, is that
Because you wanna rank up in the organization. If you wanna be the second in command, you occasionally have to do the boring work for the first in command.
Wonderful. What happened this time?
Why the heck are you in Hawaii?
Yeah, there we
Makes you
go.
think you can leave your post like that?
So Ki-hoon's here too?
The entire Jingwon Mafia is just going to end up, like, the whole Komi Jewel is just going to end up in
What the
Hawaii at
hell's
this
going
point.
on with the Komi Jewel?
What should we do, Joongi Neem? Ki-hoon's asking if we could pick him up.
Seriously? What is wrong with you people?
Come on, man.
Oh, dibba-dibba-ba-da-ba. Ah. It's so stupid. Jungi's entire friendship quest is... my second in command is, like,
everything good now,
too
Joongi?
obsessive for me, like,
Yes,
me,
it's
you
all
know,
settled.
too into me and
Yana
needs me to
and
give her
Ki-hoon are
commands, and
returning to
she's
Japan.
followed me to
I
Japan,
even
to
spoke with
Hawaii.
Sunny myself.
Oh, the
What'd she
dominoes
say?
fall.
She knew about everything, even without me telling
The
her.
new guy's dog is the entirety of the Korean
Nothing
mafia
gets
in
by the
Japan.
queen,
At this
Komi
rate,
Jewel.
yeah.
She told me that instead of wasting time, I should focus on doing what needs to be done in Hawaii. She even provided me with a cover by telling my subordinates that I went to Hawaii under her orders.
Nice save. Real talk, she's damn good at what she does. I guess you have to think fast when you're the boss.
I was rather hoping she'd scold me, since it's been some time. Shame she didn't.
Can we just stop and talk about this one line for a minute? Because there's one little line of dialogue in this drink link, at the end of the drink link, really suggests that Seonhee and Joongi have a... like, the vibe I get is a dom-sub relationship. Oh, I was really hoping she'd scold me. It's been a while since she's scolded me. That would have been good. Like, it really seems like they have, like, a very specific, dynamic in force, and the game never acknowledges this again, and I really like this as just floating subtext about those two now.
Uh-huh. This coming from the guy who wasn't looking too hot a
Right.
while ago.
And that's the
But
thing.
still.
I think it works. I think it works, even with nothing else being said, because I hear it from Joongi, and I go, yeah, I understand.
You came all the way here to
I
help
get
without
it.
getting her permission. You've got balls, man.
Once I caught wind you had gone to Hawaii, I started gathering intel independently. Eventually, I learned what Palikana was and figured you might be stuck trying to get to Nele Island. The moment I wrapped up my investigation, I found myself on a plane to Hawaii. Truth be told, I felt a rush of excitement when all that went down. To think that I could once again fight at your side, to be called your worthy ally once more.
Joongi.
Though I never imagined you would ever bear witness to that shameful display.
Look at this soft boy.
Embarrassment.
He's so
I
good.
do apologize for all that.
I know you always keep a cool head, but hey, doesn't hurt to let loose sometimes.
We
you know?
finally befriended our final
So what
party
if you got
member.
a
We've
few
done
weak
it.
points? We'll be there to cover them. That's what friends are for.
That is what friends are
And
for.
obviously, the more time we spend together, the more sides we'll see of each other.
This lecture of yours is actually getting through to me today.
Well, in that case, I'll let you off the hook. For now. Not really my thing to nag my friends and all. Because drinks taste better when we're both having one hell of a time.
Right, I'll drink to that. Thanks for being there, Ichiban.
Anytime, man.
Hooray! That should be his friendship link done. Which means I can go get his ultimate weapon and then we can go find that boat.
What is it?
I'm glad we had time to, you know, go and have an entire friendship quest with him, you know, while Lani is about to be put onto a boat and shipped to Anele Island, probably to be killed by Bryce. You know, there was definitely enough time to do this without, you know, putting that young girl's life at danger.
Hey.
Ooh.
What?
Okay, the bartender thinks that our weapon tuner has a bit of a crush on Ichiban.
Excuse me?
Okay. I'm matching through this because I'm like, I just want to upgrade my weapon, though. No, don't walk away, Ichiban. I'm here to weapon.
What is it now?
Okay, so I am wanting to make the Hitman weapon, Annihilation Claws. I need 7 rainbow crystals. That's really easy. And then we finally have all the party members on this side of the ocean. We have all of their ultimate weapons ready. We could go back to Nondoko for a month. We could do that. And I'm sure that Lani would be fine, probably. Robot Onomichio. I need 7 rainbow crystals. Can I afford 7? Yes. Then we go all the way back over here. And Simba says I have some sad news for Nintendo fans. What's the sad news? I enjoy a Nintendo from time to time. What's wrong with a Nintendo today?
I owe it to you, of course. You helped me learn everything I...
Okay, this is like 30 hours ago in the game I finished upgrading her workshop, and she's now finally realized I've fully upgraded her workshop.
I wanted to know. With all this state-of-the-art equipment, I think I'm set for the time being.
Yeah? Well, guess my investment paid off.
Really, though, thank you. I never doubted my ability, but I've always, well, been a little embarrassed about my lack of education. I never had the money or inclination to go to trade school. Even if I did, there'd be all those other people there.
And I'm glad we did this. Complex problem, simple solution.
You know, old man, you're right. Sometimes the answer is simple.
Told you there was nothing to worry
Thimba,
about.
I'm
It's
aware
been
of the
like I
person
said.
you're talking about.
Believe me, I'm satisfied.
You are?
Sure.
There-
Julia, you're a young, brilliant
Here is all I will say. I read that particular Nintendo Leakers thing, and it really screams of, I am hedging my bets in every single direction so that if it doesn't happen, it's got real vibes of, if it happens, I correctly called it. If it doesn't happen, I correctly called it. It feels like he's doing the... I'm predicting the event, and then as it gets closer and it seems less likely, I'm going to put the prediction that it won't happen, so that in both cases, I am not an inaccurate leaker. It's a very particular kind of ass covering that says, like, this is not a person who is confident in their own reporting. That's my vibe. And, like, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, the energy I get is, you've realized your primary source isn't as rock solid as you thought, but you don't want your credibility to tank, so you are playing the hedged bet game.
mechanic. I'm proud to support your talent. Think of all the kids.
Yeah,
out there
it
who
feels like
have
he's
given all
cold
their
reading.
passions for a
It
million
feels at this
different
point
ways.
like, oh, I thought I had some solid information, and now I'm not so sure my information is confident. Maybe my information is good. I don't want to actively say it's wrong, but I need to start, like, doing a TV psychic cold read just so that it
Just
seems
how
like
the
I knew what I
world
was
works,
doing.
But, well, at my age, seeing somebody's dreams fade away breaks my heart.
Huh.
If I can stop that from happening even once by supporting you, it's enough to make everything I do in my life feel worth it. Something like this means way more
Terra
than
says,
money.
Nintendo doesn't want me to be
To
right,
me,
so they might change their plans
maybe
just to
I'm
make me
not
look
even
wrong. I'm always
a
right.
kid or anything.
I mean, look, I've talked about this before. It's the inevitable problem with leaking that you have to, like, kind of be okay with, and a lot of people in the leaking space are not okay with, is sometimes you will have 100% accurate, rock-solid information from a primary source, from multiple primary sources confirming the same thing, and say what you have heard, and then it will seem later like you were incorrect. The example I always bring up of this is, and I've got a video about this up on YouTube you can go look up. There is a demo for Pokemon Sword and Shield that got leaked as part of the big Nintendo Giga Leak. And I use that as a really good example, because that was about 3 years before Sword and Shield was released. But let's say someone had gotten a hold of that demo and was, like, literally playing a Nintendo internal development build of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Sword and Shield, from about 3 years before release, and put up a post going, here is everything I'm leaking about Sword and Shield. A lot of things they would be able to accurately talk about. They could talk about the wild area. They wouldn't know the name of it, but they could describe the big open area leading up to the big city, etc. But the title screen had Mega Rayquaza on it, suggesting Mega Evolutions were returning. So a person with a literal 3-year early development copy of Sword and Shield could have leaked Mega Evolutions are returning to Sword and Shield, and then Sword and Shield would come out, and it would be like, no, that leaker was wrong. They Mega Evolutions never came to the game, and that leaker would be in a position of, I had rock solid evidence that painted a particular picture, which is what I reported on, and that's just wasn't the case by the time the game came out. And a lot of leakers are so, like, uncomfortable with the idea of, I had accurate information, but then plans changed, and I'm gonna sound like I was pretending if I just say that directly, that you get these games of, oh, well, you get these hedged bet games of, oh, well, I've heard that this might change, but maybe it'll stay the same, which is like, it's just not being willing to be like, hey, look, here's what I know, and here's how confident I am in what I know. But if things change by the time you see them, yeah, I just gotta live with that. Andy H says, would Nintendo not save the Switch 2 announcement for Summer Games Fest, or are they not going to be there like they were with E3? Reportedly, it seems like they're going to have a Nintendo Direct around June, which is to be expected of them. The thing I will say about, if you look at Nintendo's like way that they did stuff with the Switch, if we're going to assume that like the Switch 2 is probably coming out 2025, like right around the end of the financial year, like around the end of March, beginning of April, what we would expect is sometime around now, Nintendo to go, we're working on a new system. It's about a year away. Its code name is this. We'll tell you more soon. Because like that's, and again, not to say they'll do the same thing, but that's what they did with the Switch. About a year before it came out, they were like, we've got a new system coming. It's called the NX. It's going to be out. I believe what they did was they actually said the release date. They were like, it's going to be out March 3rd next year. Wait for more information toward the end of the year. And I would expect, like, that's around where we're at with the Switch 2 announcement cycle. I think it would be smart of them to show it in some form this summer, so that developers can start announcing, like, if they announce it before, I think it would be sensible to, look, if I'm Nintendo, and Nintendo's not known for doing sensible things, but if I were Nintendo, here's what I would do. You announce it, and show it off at, like, you do something like that October Nintendo Switch trailer, like, that was, like, 4 months before it came out, where you're like, here is, like, a 3-minute trailer that shows the physical hardware and some games running on it. And, like, hey, we'll show you more later. What you do is you get out ahead, so it's like, we've shown you what the form factor is, we've given it a name, we've vaguely shown you the sort of level of technical performance to expect. That way, at Summer Games Fest, all of the third-party developers who are working on stuff for Switch 2 can go, we're working on a port of this for Switch 2, we're working on a port of this for Switch 2, we're working on a port of this for Switch 2. You can make Nintendo getting ports of third-party games like a thing that gets really stuck in people's heads during the big week of game announcements. Like, that's what I would capitalize on, is even if, like, developers aren't showing their, like, footage running on Switch 2, being able to have, like, a Switch 2 logo at the end of their trailer for a more ambitious game than would run on the Switch is like, that's the thing that gets people going, I'm really excited, I can't wait to learn more. And then you go quiet until the sort of like October, November time, and you go, cool, here's our big blowout of like what all the plans are, when it is, like, that's when you get more specific. But I think you get this thing out in the open before June, so that developers can start like going, oh yeah, and we're supporting Nintendo with this too. Incompetent Hero says, Nintendo will reveal their new console about a month after their holiday title. They'd want as little financial impact before their fiscal changeover. They've said they don't want nearly as long of a load-up as NX did. Trust me, I pulled this out of my ass. So here's the thing. Yeah, they don't want as long of a lead-up as NX. But you know how long the lead-up for NX was? I've been talking about, like, the year of the lead-up to Switch. They announced the codename NX and the fact that, like, they had a next-gen console in a coming 3 years before it released. We knew the codename NX officially 3 years before that thing came out. Like, I think like a 6 to 9 month run up is pretty sensible. And while I agree, I don't think they want to shoot themselves in the foot on like holiday sales. I think that's why they go, look, we're showing you it, but we're gonna do so at the same time as going, here's a bunch of cool, exciting stuff for your currently existing Switch. You know, maybe say this is gonna be enhanced for the Switch too. Backwards compatibility is the way you avoid like shooting yourself in the foot on console sales. Is you go, keep buying Switch software. It'll run on your Switch too. Maybe even it'll get a performance patch. Like you as long as you don't if you're not releasing the Switch 2 until like March next year, I don't think that cannibalizes sales of like, because the people who haven't bought a Switch still who want to buy a Switch this winter are not going to be like the same people who are early adopters on Switch 2. There's a very different market between like end of generation buyers and start of a new generation buyers.
Whoa, Julie-chan.
This is me going off vibes, by the way. I got no official insight. I'm just going. I'm reading the room.
I'm not the kind of girl who can go on feeling like I owe you something. So listen, I told you I'd give you your money's worth. Remember?
Julie-chan, what the hell's gotten into you?
I want to show you all the things I've read about in my books. Things I never knew were possible.
Julie, I was just trying to build Joongi some new knuckle dusters.
It's my first time doing this. I might not know exactly how all the equipment works, but I'll give it all I have to make you happy.
Julie, I'm just trying to build some knuckle dusters for Joongi.
Shh, don't say anything. I've been thinking about this for so long now.
Julie!
I'm going to do it. I want to do it with you, old man.
Julie-chan!
Now lie down right here. I'll take off your clothes.
I was gonna say you were being a bit too forward, Julie. I was just trying to get some new knuckle dusters for for Joongi. There is something about you being like, just lie on my workbench. I'll take the clothes off. I'm like, okay, maybe I say yes to you. What is happening? I came here to build knuckle dusters for Joongi, and now Julie, the woman who repairs all my weapons, it sounds like she's trying to make sex happen.
We shouldn't be doing this. Definitely not out in the open.
Shh, it's all right. This is where I'm most comfortable.
Comfortable? How could this be comfortable?
It's gotta not be what it sounds like. I never saw this in my first playthrough. What is this cutscene?
Maybe we can do this somewhere else. Huh? What the?
I've done a lot of research on what makes men happiest. By my calculations, this would be the most optimal way of satisfying you.
How did I miss this in my first playthrough? Julie, why did you have a drill? Why do you have a drill, Julie? What's the drill for, Julie? What's the hammer for? The people walking by in the background.
Old man, you always come here looking to get stronger. I'm gonna make you feel the strongest a man can feel.
What does that mean?
It's all right. It's all right. I'll be gentle.
Julie, you're sounding less sexy dominatrix and more I'm going to murder and torture you. You're really walking the line between sexy talk and, like, threat that I'm gonna kill you, but, like, I'll do it nicely. Don't worry, it'll be fine. It'll be fun as I rip your eyes out.
Not bad for my first time. You were right. Complex problems, simple solutions.
Okay.
Well, it's a start anyway. Bodies are such fascinating chassis.
Julie, I just wanted to make Joongi some...
Of course, I still haven't begun to truly repay you.
I just...
Come on, let's try another experiment. I mean...
I just wanted to build some new knuckle dusters.
Now, what else could the human body sustain?
What else can the human body sustain? It sounds like she's going to...
This is the future of crafting, old man!
I don't know whether she's, like, trying to do some real hardcore BDSM, or whether she's installed a robotic spleen into Ichiban.
Please just craft weapons! That's way safer! I warned you she was dangerous.
Can I make Joongi? Can I make Joongi his knuckle dusters now, please? Okay, she can come to Dondoko Island now, I guess.
Meet your expectations? See how much nicer it looks?
We got Annihilation Claws now.
So long, old man.
Oh, Thimba, I'm sorry to hear that the game you were excited for has had less than stellar reviews. Hopefully it ends up being an enjoyable game for you anyway. I'm sorry that it's sounding rough. Right, so I was gonna try and finish leveling up Pyro Dancer weapon. Have not much to level it up with.
I'll start right now. You'll be happy with this. So long, old man.
So let's go to District 5 and go and try and stop that boat from leaving with the kidnapped child.
Is there a problem? Oh, what's the matter?
This game, I'm on my second playthrough and it's still finding ways to catch me off guard. Okay, let's enter District 5.
Phew. That was one hell of a trip.
I must say, even if they're cultists, it's not exactly uplifting doing battle with people who look like ordinary citizens.
No survivors! I want everyone
Andy
to
H,
good.
I'm paying attention to Stellar Blade. That's about all I gotta say is I'm paying attention to it.
This is a fight I'll savor.
I think I can safely say
Let's make
expect
this
to
fun.
see me cover it in some capacity.
You're really pissing me off.
Okay, you asked for it.
I have many thoughts. Okay, cool. Joongi is powered up now. This is good.
Time to clear the way.
Okay, from the Broken Roads review on PC Gamer, there's half an amazing game in Broken Roads. Trouble is you have to play the other half. Ouch, that is savage. Hey, Joongi, you are strong enough to one-hit
Think I'm getting better
wipe
at
the
this.
party, the enemy party, now that you have your good knuckle dusters. That's cool.
What the hell you want? Don't you go mucking us business then.
Well,
On Joongi, do it again. Okay, Joongi's surprisingly powerful. Even at a 9-level party level deficit, he's doing pretty good on the damage curve. Yes, I'm aware the demo is up now. I haven't played the demo.
No turning back now, is there?
I say that with very deliberate wording. I haven't played the demo.
Same Kasuga.
Read of that what you will. I haven't played the demo.
Now then, how about we let loose?
Yes, let's.
You're going home in a body.
How exciting. Well.
Okay. Oh, what's your tag team move, Joongi?
All right, there's our target.
Oh, Ichiban has a gun. Don't give Ichiban a gun. He's never killed anyone. Don't give him a gun. Which one was Rad? That game, the name is familiar. Oh, that one. Yeah, I wanted to like it more than I did. The concept was neat, it just didn't... Something about it just didn't click. Terra, yeah, you've hit my Final Fantasy VII Rebirth thoughts quite well there. Everything depends on how it ends. If they can pull it off, cool. Well, I'll wait and see how they do. How much are we making per fight right now? $42,000. Okay, yeah, let's just stockpile cash. Well, Space Laser's fine. That's firing all the way from space. It's got time to, like, be weaker by the time it gets to Earth.
They have more numbers than expected.
Or to, like, I don't know, they got time to run out of the way of it. Bullets, you know, actually dangerous.
That place looks clear. Follow me.
Okay. Big series of battles.
Oh, we got away. Hey, sure, but this place isn't all that much better.
Plus, we're still on Barracuda turf.
Huh? What the?
Oh no! The real powerful weapon was the friends we made along the way, particularly the friends on Dondoko Island who built us a giant space laser, you see. Okay. This is gonna be a fight gauntlet for a bit, but we got this. We got all the powerful items. We're gonna be great.
Well. Great time.
Oh, I'm continuing to be real obsessed with Balatro. I'm still deep in the Balatro train. I've started doing the higher difficulties, like putting the difficulty modifier ranks on some of the decks. I am up to, I think, the second highest difficulty now. Like, I've not yet done gold, but I'm on the one before that on difficulty. I've gone real down that Balatro rabbit hole. Come on, Joongi, level up, catch up with us.
Let me at him.
What you looking at? You won't get any mercy.
Oh, video game news I did see today. So the studio behind State of Decay apparently some info leaked about, you know, or was about to leak about what they're working on next, and the source of the leak, like Kotaku either has just run or was about to run a story, and the source was like anonymous reports from like people working at the studio. And the CEO of the studio, his response to that was to go, I hear some information's leaked about our next game, and I hear it was some of you who work here, so, oh, you enjoy leaking our stuff, do you? The studio, we're gonna cancel the game and close the studio down, and you've all lost your jobs. How'd you like leaking stuff now? Seems to be the gist of it, is we've cancelled a game and shut down our entire studio and laid every member of staff off, because I'm a bit pissed off that someone here leaked info on what our next game was going to be. Okay, sorry, Thimba has corrected me. He is the former CEO of State of Decay, talking about his next game, not State of Decay. Okay, my apologies. What I saw was CEO State of Decay. Well, regardless. Person who used to be involved in State of Decay and is apparently doing his own thing, apparently shut his own studio down and fired everyone because some leaks happened. Leaks happened. I'm firing everyone. It sure is a response to a leak to do, is to just fucking nuke your entire studio. He was the CEO of State of Decay, he formed a new studio, closed, then formed another, closed it, then now this was his one today, which he closed as well. Sounds about right. So, Incompetent Hero, I don't disagree with you, but also it's... Look, as someone who's had, like, creative projects I have worked on leak out into the public before I was ready for them to get out there, to nuke a project for that is fucking bonkers. Like, if I'd cancelled Stories of Autistic Joy because it leaked a month early and someone started, like, selling the book a month before they were supposed to, and I was like, well, if you're gonna leak it, I'm cancelling it. No more book now. No book. I'm like, it's shitty that the leak happened. I get it. I understand being upset, but also, it's such a weird move to go. The correct response to that is I'm going to cancel my funded and planned creative work.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it is fucking over people's jobs. It's... Because, like, even in my example where I was like, oh, let's say I, like, yeah, oh, my book leaked, so I'm cancelling the book. I'd only really be screwing over myself and maybe my publisher. It's not like hundreds of employees under me, like, would be losing their jobs. It would be, you know, I'd probably be in trouble with my publisher, and you know, my publisher would be like, hey, we don't want to lose out on money. It's not the same as, like, all these people are going to lose their jobs now. Like, Nintendo had a period like this. We're getting a live-action Zelda film. It's in the works at the moment. That's, like, a thing that we know is happening. But apparently back in the day, like, several Zelda Nintendo TV and film adaptations were in the works. And IGN found out and was like, hey, yeah, we've heard that, like, you know, College Humor's working on a puppet-based Star Fox show, and there's this live-action Zelda for Netflix over here, and Nintendo cancelled all of those projects because the fact that they existed got leaked, and they were like, nope, no projects now. Yeah, Izzy, I think you've put it well. You shouldn't be salting the earth because someone leaked your thing, but it also does kind of ruin any marketing cadence you may have planned. Yeah, and again, I say this as someone who, like, I had my marketing cadence for, my marketing stuff for Stories of Autistic Joy really got fucked over by that book leaking a month early, but you roll with it and you make it work. It's not fun, but it's also, like, I would be foolish if my response to that was, burn the project to the ground. Like, that's just not a sensible... That's not a sensible response.
What the?
And that's it. Like, I've been on both sides of it. And maybe that's where it's specific to where I'm coming from, but I've been someone on the leaking side, and I maybe wouldn't have made some of the choices I made back then if I were making them today, because I've now been on the other side. But, like, again, I really don't understand going, I'll just fucking burn it down because it leaked. Like, that is such a... No amount of a thing leaked early would make me go, I'll just burn it down then. I just care too much about the things I create to go, I'll just throw it in the bin because people saw it or found out it was happening. It's just a thought process I struggle to empathize or struggle to relate to. I was gonna say to empathize with. I struggle to put myself in that set of shoes.
I'm even stronger now.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's when a thing you've worked on leaks early. There is no putting the genie back in the bottle. There's no amount of covering it up because, you know, attempting to stop people finding out about it, all it does is the Streisand effect. It draws more attention to it. Most people don't know that my book leaked a month early and was available to purchase like a month early because I just shut the fuck up about it. I didn't talk publicly about the fact the leak had happened, didn't draw attention to it, didn't salt the earth, didn't publicly complain at, like, publicly say anything to, like, you know, oh, I can't believe you've done this, bookseller. I was like, the best thing I can do is just not acknowledge it and just let the leak happen, let it be. I watched a lot of people go, I'm not going to risk trying to buy off this retailer because it's not meant to be on sale yet, so why would it be on sale? That probably means there's something dodgy. Maybe this is fake. I won't buy it from there. And I didn't correct anyone's assumption on that. I let people sort of self-assume what was or was not a good decision around engaging with it. And, you know, I had a couple of people who, like, saw it and came to me and were like, hey, are you aware that it's leaked? Or that, are you aware I got my copy early? And I was like, to the people I knew who got their copy early, I was like, read it, enjoy it. If you want to review it, and you know you've got a positive review, you know you can post it early if you want. Not a problem by me. I obviously cannot make you do this, but I would respectfully ask if you've come to me and asked me about it. I said to some people, I was like, if you've got a negative review, if you could wait until launch day to post a negative review, like, because you weren't meant to have it yet. Like, that would be my one thing, would be like, don't go putting critique up on a thing that wasn't meant to be on sale yet, because having negative reviews a month before release, outside of, like, expected review cycles, could really fuck up my search rankings. And I was like, can you at least wait until the people we sent review copies to have got their reviews up before you... And no one had anything negative to say, but that was my only real, like, caveat, was don't be the first piece of coverage on the internet and be negative. If, you know, you want to, like, that would be my preference. But also, if you do post, I'm not going to judge you for it. You paid for it, you got it. It is what it is.
I'll take it.
But yeah, generally speaking, I was just like, I'm just not gonna engage with the fact it exists, and that keeps it the quietest. Like, you let people live in the maybe it's not real zone. Like, that's the thing when we're talking about, like, big video game leaks. Let's say this developer's like, you know, oh, their game is a zombie shooter and it's going to be set in this city at this time. Half the people who see that leak are going to go, yeah, but it's from a leaker I haven't heard of before or whatever. Maybe it's wrong. And, like, no, not that many people look at leaked information about games, and those who do are usually pretty skeptical about whether things will actually be accurate or not, and then by the time that a game comes out, they've probably forgotten most of it. They don't do as much to negatively impact as it feels in the moment like they do.
Yo.
Okay. Continuing through the underground.
This will be too easy. You're going to the ER.
How exciting. Well.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, like leaks don't fundamentally impact like sales or excitement about a game. If you look at like, I'll use an example of one that like I was involved in leaking info around was Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. A lot of information about that game was known like a year plus before it even got announced. Like about a year before it was announced. I was leaking stuff about it. That game was for the longest time in like the top 10 highest selling games on Nintendo Switch and very well reviewed. Like the fact that it leaked early really didn't like stop it being a big exciting E3 moment for a lot of people, like seeing gameplay, and didn't stop it selling well or reviewing well. But I also get that in the moment the feeling fucking sucks. You know, there are exceptions. There's ones, you know, I think one example of a game leak that definitely did hurt a game was The Last of Us Part 2. And specifically, like, I never leaked plot shit about it. But hey, The Last of Us Part 2 cutscenes are on the internet, and the only ones that are there are, here's a new character that's playable. She's a woman, and you don't think she is conventionally attractive, and she's killed that man you like. When that's all that leaked, and it was exclusively that did not help that game. Without context, that being out there about that game really did not do that game any favors. But again, that felt like a very specifically targeted leak designed to make a game's reputation not do well.
Should I
It was very targeted what was shown in that game. Star Rider jacket, who is this for? Okay, we've got everyone in their best armor for now. Went up we're 85 hours in. Goodness gracious, this game. Oh, there's Lani. Can we save her? Can we prevent her getting stuck on that boat?
You got a ticket for Nele Island. One way.
Lonnie!
Katsuka, you got some shiny brass ones coming this far. I'll give you that much. Sorry, but you're gonna have to turn your ass around and head back. If you don't, who knows what might happen to the girl.
Are we supposed to believe you'd kill her when she's due on the boat? You're under orders to bring Lonnie to Nele Island, alive and well. Achan pulled that same crap on us, unfortunately for you. Am I wrong?
Bryce is the only one making decisions, isn't he? You're nothing but a pawn to him.
What a bunch of fools. When you think back on this, remember, it was your own damn fault.
Good going, Lani.
Good going, that was beautiful!
This is why children need to learn. What hope do they have? What all the adults
Luchigata says, I know that ain't who I think it is. That is Danny Trejo, if that's who you're asking about. Incompetent Hero says, do you have a batch of side stuff before the end, or is it all pretty much done? It's all pretty much done. Kiryu's side, we've done, I think, everything, other than maybe, like, one conversation with each party member. Over on this side, we've got, like, 3 bingo points to do with Joongi. That's it. It's basically just, we've got the point of no return in Hawaii, the point of no return in Japan. Like, I haven't made the best end game weapons for the Japan side of the party yet. I'll probably do that off stream before Monday. But it's basically, after this, it's here is your point of no return, last chance to wrap anything up. Wrapped everything up? Cool, let's go do the end of the game. We're right at the fucking end of the game now. For sure.
Attack 3, 4 people at most. I think we can do better than that. Let's set an all-time record. All you heroes, you're nothing but goddamn shark food! You've reached the end of the line. Come on!
Watch me.
Okay. Let's go. Joongi, shoot everyone. Ichiban, space laser. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to, like, I've been really enjoying doing this big full playthrough. It's been a while since I've done, like, a just one game for a while on stream. But also, I have a big pile of, like, I want to play a little of a bunch of different things on stream. I've got the real urge to be hopping about games soon. And I have a bunch of things. I want to finish this in time to hop over to a couple of other smaller things right when they're releasing. Yeah, of course Danny Trejo has a fucking rocket launcher. I've played through Pepper Grinder in its entirety. I'm up for doing a stream of Pepper Grinder if people are into it. I enjoyed it enough that I'm like, I could play through some of that on stream despite having already played some of it. Yeah, beat that guy up. I got some stuff on my list. Another Crab's Treasure is out in like 2 weeks, I think, which is the colourful crab Soulsborne game where one of the accessibility features is give the crab a big gun. So I want to stream that when it comes out. I think that's a big one. I want to have the streams of this done in time to stream some Another Crab's Treasure when it comes out. How's the latest stuff? The latest stuff in Pepper Grinder, good, creative, game ended way too soon. Like, I knew that I'd been warned by, I think, someone here in Twitch chat had warned me it was short, and like, as such, it wasn't as sudden as it might otherwise have been. I very much enjoyed the game. I could have done with more of it. I think they could have done more with it. It's really one of those where it's like, its ending was sooner than I'd have liked it to be, but everything that was in there was fantastically done.
I'll show you a fight.
I think the best way I can describe the problem with Pepper Grinder is, that game initially seems like it's only going to be the drill, and then they introduce like another tool, and you use the drill in conjunction with the other tool, and it builds up your expectation of like, oh, there'll be like 2 or 3 things that like each change how the drill works. It's like, no, there was just that one. There aren't more coming. It set expectations in a weird place.
I'll take it.
Think I'm getting better. Yes, I'm a
Level ups for everyone.
It's okay to come out now. The bad guys are, taking a nap.
Mr. Kasuga?
I know it was scary. Are you feeling all right? Are you hurt? That's good. Akane-san's been so worried about you. Want to come back now?
Ah, when is that Paper Mario port coming?
Thank you so much.
When is it? Let me have a look.
No trouble at all.
Thousand Year Door.
Look who's here!
May 23rd. Oh,
Lonnie.
that's like a month, 6 weeks away.
I'm so glad you're safe. Thank goodness.
I've said this before. I'm so fucking fascinated, so curious, what they're going to do in English languages with Vivian. Please just make her canonically a trans woman in the English version of Thousand Year Door. I know it's gonna piss off the chuds, but like, her story doesn't make sense without that detail. It fucks up her character so much trying to take that out of the English adaptation. But they're gonna be cowards. They're gonna be cowards, and they won't do it. But I am ready to write thoughts and opinions about, you know, them continuing to erase trans Vivian. Ah.
Forgive me, Lonnie. I can't imagine what you've been through. You're okay.
Mr. Kasuga rescued me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ichiban.
Just keeping my word.
Oh. Oh.
Now, time to smuggle these two out of the country.
Well done. You saved the day, Kasuga.
Kiryu-san, I made you a promise. Oh, hey! Lonnie-chan wants to say hi, I bet. Feel like talking to her?
No. Not yet, at least. Lonnie still isn't out of the woods.
I think this batch of cutscenes we're entering, I think at the end of this is the point of no return. I think we're right there.
Hawaii's not safe for us. Not with them around. Lonnie could get taken again.
I see. Kasuga, are Akane-san and Lonnie ready to come to Japan? For the both of them, Japan will be much more secure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Problem is, we're not sure we can use the airports anymore. The Daidoji faction safe house was bugged by H-chan, so they must know all our plans. That private jet of theirs is too vulnerable. In fact, I bet Bryce is drooling over the chance to sabotage it.
That could be. But Lonnie needs to get out of there somehow, before they close in. Time's not on our side.
Okay, I'll find a way, I promise. Thanks.
I think we got most of that. Hawaiian vacation's over.
The question is how we leave. Ichiban's right. Planes are no-go.
What about ships then? Can we hop a cruise to Japan?
Any method of travel with other passengers or crew would be a risk.
Maybe the Fujinomiya can charter us another private jet or something.
Not an option.
Didn't we have the Daidoji? We're gonna sort us out. I thought the Daidoji was still around, and they were like, "Yeah, we can still fly you back."
You're so cold to me, Tomizawa-kun. Would it thaw your heart if I said I could get you to Japan?
Yamai's gonna fix it for
It
us.
was the appropriate time to mock us.
Don't mean mug me, son. You still think I can't be trusted? Fine. Good luck to you all.
No, of course we can trust you.
I want to hear your plan.
Come on, Ichiban.
Tomi, I get why this is hard for you. But Yamai's helped us a lot already. Can we please just hear him out?
I guess so.
Okay then. How do you plan to get us back to Japan, Yamai?
Simple. I got a boat of my own. I'll give you a ride.
Your boat?
Yeah. Pretty little tugboat. We took it as collateral for a loan once. Never had much cause to use it before, which means old Bryce don't know about it.
That is somewhat promising. Hawaii is 6,000 kilometers from Japan, though. A tugboat can't make that trip.
But it can get you off the mainland. After that, you fly home courtesy of Japan's Coast Guard. It's already arranged.
The Coast Guard? Oh, wait a sec. What's already arranged?
Okay, we're gonna take a boat close enough to Japan that the Coast Guard have to save us.
I don't have to explain myself. It's an offer, and you can take it or leave it.
This is some kind of trick that's really fucked up.
What do you say, Kasuga?
It sounds perfect.
How'd I know you'd say that?
We certainly don't have a better
Credulous
plan.
man.
What am I gonna do? We haven't got anything better. Kiryu-san said it already. Time's not our friend. Besides,
Besides what?
like it or not, you earned my trust. In fact, I think the two of us are pretty alike.
Huh?
You and me, we're both willing to carry the load for someone, right?
You half-wit. If I thought we were alike, I'd eat a bullet.
All right, okay, point made. But our answer's
Stop
still
fighting
yes.
at you, Mai. We're friends now. Friends, 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 friends.
We leave tomorrow morning. Make sure you're all ready to go.
Thanks.
Seriously?
For real. I've got to get packed. Who knows how long I'll be away?
Complaints aside, we're together on this, yeah?
Yamai still creeps me out, but Ichiban knows I'll follow.
Oh yeah, we've been through so much by now. What's one more bad idea?
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
As I said, you have the most reliable allies, no?
Oh yeah.
This might be point of no return. It's right around here.
Okay.
What's that?
No, not quite. We've gotta go. I think we gotta go get on the boat. I think what happens is we go to Japan, have a big group conversation as we drop off Lani and Ichiban's mum. We come back, and that's the point of no return. I think that's where we're at. Can we do the last of... Yeah, because we can't do the last of Joongi's friendship bingo yet, which means we're not at point of no return yet. Yeah, so where is that boat? It's over here. Let's get there. I want to hit the point of no return tonight. I want to get far enough that this is the final stretch, and that we're definitely there.
Hey, Kasuga!
I gotta get out. Yeah, call it a day. Let's get Lani and what's her face? Let's get him back to Japan finally. Just seeing, we've not opened up anything else on this map. Okay.
What you looking at? Apologies for the wait.
Bryce will know something's up by now. Let's get going.
Boss, be careful out there. We'll be praying for your safe return.
Keep your goddamn voices down, and don't die before I'm back.
Boss, good luck!
Ichiban, I wish you well.
Tomi?
Are you serious? Why aren't you in the boat?
Because this is my home. What am I doing going to Japan?
Wait, isn't your father Japanese? You never wanted to see the homeland?
I think about it sometimes, maybe, but it's still a foreign country.
Don't think about that right now, okay? It's dangerous.
Come on, Tomizawa, don't. You gotta come with us. Tomizawa, we need you.
Damn it! Stop thinking about things, Tomi.
Oh, okay. If you guys really insist, I've got no choice.
Okay, that was a much easier jump than I anticipated it being. I thought he was gonna have a much harder time.
It's obvious you just wanted to make us beg, you know.
Admit it. The nervous homebody act is pretty cute.
I'll stuff you in a suitcase next time.
Ah, finally we're gonna get all... How many is it now? All 10 party members back together?
Yeah, that's the idea. Hopefully we can reach the Japan Coast Guard unseen.
I'd hold that thought. Cavalry's coming. Huh?
Oh no, they're coming to get us.
Dwight.
Stubborn bastard.
Hit the brakes.
Come on, just let us take these 2 women to Japan.
You stay inside. Yamai, look after them.
Better make it quick.
You know that Ichiban considers Yamai a friend, because
These are feeding.
not even the party members, he's like, Yamai, protect my mum and a little orphan.
Stay clear of the water.
Keep him safe.
I don't follow, but okay.
He trusts Yamai to keep him safe. You're besties now, Ichiban, Yamai.
You weren't planning on leaving, were you? Not even a goodbye?
I thought we killed you already, Dwight.
As far as I'm concerned, you and I already said our goodbyes, and then some.
Dwight. Dick. Where do you get off showing up here? Need I remind you, I've still got you a little glamour shot.
Tomizawa. That was it, huh? You folks don't understand loose ends. A real man never leaves things hanging.
I should have stuck that machete into your heart.
Hawaii might have thanked you. Ever since I came here,
You really should have done, Tomizawa. I don't mean to tell you how to live your life, but you should have stabbed him.
Nothing half done.
Real impressive. Sounds like we need to teach you how to tell when it's time to quit.
You couldn't teach me shit on your best day. Besides, take a look at all the men I still got.
I wanna... I was gonna make a quippy joke about how I bet I could teach him something, but, no, it's shark time now.
Don't tell me. The feeding grounds.
Finally time for the one boss fight that I saw in a trailer before this game came out. The one section of combat that, like, press event previews were allowed to do. It's like 85 hours into the game. This was the fight that, like, press got to see when they were, like, going hands-on with it.
Go? Give it a rest.
Okay, many guns. Oh, Joongi, you're so strong. Yeah, stay away from where the shark is.
Looks like I'm up. Here I come.
They're going to murder this man very effectively and feed him to that shark this time. We should let the Blahaj join the party. Let the IKEA trans shark join the shark party. Oh. Oh, I've never seen this animation before. Get out of the way, Ichiban. Don't get sharked. Ooh.
Go on, really? Let me hear it.
Okay.
That's all you got?
Okay, you're nothing to fuck with, sir. I'll give you that.
Watch me.
Lurking, it's the shark's turn. This is the shark's action. I mean, it makes sense. The shark does get a turn. We're in the ocean. Time for dolphin dive. You've got sharks on your side, Dwight. I have dolphins. pretty good.
Alright. Got you now.
One hit him in the back with the burning arrow.
Let's go.
A machete references in Danny Trejo's contract. I mean, if I were if I were Danny Trejo, I probably wouldn't say yes to a script in which I didn't get to wield a machete.
Well,
you know, it's somewhat of a signature at this point. How are people going to know it's him in a piece of media if he's not wielding one? Suddenly daytime just in that one attack cutscene. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
oh, we'll see, I guess.
It's canon somehow.
Show's over, pal. Now what? Gonna beg Bryce for forgiveness?
Funny how easily you say his name. That man has no forgiveness in him. Not for me, or for you.
I mean, I don't need him to forgive me. I'm gonna kill him,
I
probably.
get that Polycana's big in Hawaii and everything. Still, though, you talk about him like he really is some kind of prophet.
And you haven't got a clue. To you, Bryce must seem like some kind of small-time con man, leeching off true believers.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Polycana has more power than you could ever imagine.
Blah, 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 blah.
The Sage, he's more monster than he is a man.
What?
Pretty sure he's more man.
You'll see for yourself before it's all over. Like they say, believe, and you shall be saved.
Don't believe and
Too
get
late for
eaten
me.
by a shark, Dwight.
I've let him down too often.
Oh.
All of Hawaii will burn before long.
It really did look like he was just gonna jump into the water and just be like, you can't get me, I'll let the shark do it.
What a jerk. Throws his own people to the sharks.
Quiet. Keep watching.
Am I?
Sharks have a peculiar way of looking at the world, you know. Most just hunt by scent. But if they happen to catch something casting a bright light at sea...
Yay! And that's how Danny Trejo died.
Jewelry of his sure did shine real pretty at night. He goddamn draped himself with dinner bells. There. The man who would
Sharks hunt
begin
by a few
ends
different
his
ways. They got a few
sunrise
things they can
as
hunt by.
shark shit.
People come swarming to paradise trying to suck it dry. But no matter how tough they are, there's still nothing to an island's natural guardian.
I don't think that's anticlimactic. I think that's a great end.
Well,
he tries to run away and gets eaten by a shark. I think that's fucking hilarious.
Maybe they appreciate the help.
So, you gonna hang on to that?
Granted, we've had like 4 boss fights with him at this point. I think the shark can have the
Let
leftovers.
the dead rest in peace. You piss stain.
The first boss fight ended with us taking a photo of him pissing himself. Him dying by sudden shark bite is like... It's the ending he deserved.
We made it.
Yep. Official air base of the Japan Coast Guard.
We're really home.
Ah, so this is Japan. It's pretty dreary, to be honest.
Are you serious? Past the airport, at least.
It's very curious. Yamai procuring this route so conveniently.
You got a point.
Hey.
Date-san!
Huh? Wait a second.
Oh shit. How did they get in without their papers, Fire Whiskers asks. Well, I think the answer is here. For anyone who wasn't around for this guy's Date-san. He's with the cops, but he is like he's a private detective. He's basically Kiryu, the series' other protagonist's best friend. He spent like the last 10 hours helping Kiryu like get to see all the people that he needs closure on before he dies of cancer. This guy's got a lot of connections. But they probably are still going to have wanted something in exchange for this, and I'm sure we'll get to that in a second.
Hi there, Adachi-san. And you, Ichiban Kasuga. Been a while.
Part of this is probably the Daidoji, who are, like, the politically powerful faction in Japan in this. Like, they can pull a lot of strings politically to get stuff done, but yeah. They'll explain.
Date-san?
Mako-chan, the hell are you doing here?
Yamai didn't fill you both in? Hey, Yamai.
Let's get this over with.
This is how they got in without their passports.
Yamai, I presume.
Yamai agreed to get taken in by the cops in exchange.
Yeah, that's me.
I'll turn myself in if you help get these people back to Japan.
My ears when I got your call. Yutaka Yamai, you confessed to the murder of Shuji Tabata?
Yep, I'm the one who offed Tabata.
Whoa. Can we slow down? Somebody want to explain what's happening?
This isn't exactly information for the public. I suppose you all hardly qualify as that. Yamai was once Tojo clan, serving in the Tabata family. You're aware of that?
Yeah. He killed his patriarch and fled the country.
Yamai agreed to come back to a country where there's a warrant out for his arrest for murder, after having managed to escape while on murder charges and go live his life in another country.
You already know that much. This will be
Yamai is our Majima. He's so good.
Nearly the next 3 decades overseas.
He did the right thing at his own expense.
After all this time. In fact, he asked for me by name.
You what? Always heard you were a decent enough guy for a detective.
Spare me, would you? Murder or not, 30 years is an eternity. The file was collecting dust. When the call first came in, I almost brushed it off as a prank and hung up. Then, he started describing details on this case most cops aren't even old enough to remember. So I knew. It really must be Yamai after all this time. He gave us one condition for surrender. That the police assist in discreetly bringing a small party into the country alongside him.
Yamai's a decent. I like Yamai so much as a character.
Standing extradition treaty with us. Bringing in Yamai through the proper channels would be simple. Of course, when I told him we refused his condition, he insisted it was non-negotiable. At that point, I considered forgetting the call entirely. But maybe I'm a fool for a last chance on a cold case. I have an acquaintance of the Coast Guard I was able to work something out with. Haven't had to bow my head so much in a long time.
Seriously? You really turned yourself in on a murder charge to get us all into Japan safely?
Don't be sour, Don't give me them fucking eyes. I'm just an old criminal.
Not though. You're a decent guy. So watching this the second time through, the scene we had where Yamai brings up that he has a plan to get them to Japan, so interesting when you know he's going to turn himself in, because it really changes the context of, like, Komizawa, like, not even wanting to hear him out, like, not trusting him enough to even, like, hear what the plan is so interesting when you know it's Yamai going, like, I know you don't trust me, but I'm still gonna turn myself into the cops in another country, because it's the right thing to do to get these two home. They've suffered enough. I want to do the right thing for once.
Tired of hiding.
Yeah, maybe so, but still, I just can't believe that.
Imagine my surprise when he told me who the party was. Well, that pretty much covers it. Yamai, I'm placing you under arrest. Come along.
Detective, all these years and you never learned not to trust killers?
Huh?
Goodbye! Sir, are you okay?
Whoa, hold on!
Tommy?
I can get him to come back. Just give me a little time, please.
Excuse me?
I know he's a fugitive, but believe me, That man does not run away from responsibility. I should know better than anyone, being his goddamn errand boy. There has to be
And
something
that's why I really like Tomizawa's turnaround. Like, before that vote, he was like, I do not trust Yamai as far as I can throw him. It's like, no, actually, he's a very responsible man. I can get him to come back.
Date-san, let us get him back.
He'll do the right thing.
He brought us all this way. I'm not going to leave him on his own.
Ichiban!
Shijan, Joongi, you're right. But after this, if we don't calm the situation down ourselves, they'll start a brand new manhunt. I owe Yamai too much for that. I'm sorry. I can't abandon him.
Screw this. Move it.
Wait.
Date-san?
Here you filled me in on all the details. This girl, Lonnie, he's been risking his life to bring her to safety. Is Yamai really more important to you than coming through for him?
They're both important. You can't make me choose just one. I don't need reminding. He entrusted me with Akane-san and Lonnie. No one else. We'll split into two groups. Let me handle Yamai.
He isn't brought back soon. My superiors may consider you his accomplices.
We'll get him back.
Understand?
Yeah.
He's serious about his sacrifice. He's just got like one thing he wants to do before he ends up in jail, and that's fair enough.
Adachi-san, I barely know Kasuga. And the other one even less. You're the person I'm betting on. Am I making a mistake here?
Nope. Mako-chan, one thing I can guarantee you.
I like that Date-san is like, I don't know how to read the rest of this group, but you're a detective who used to be a cop, so like, I'll ask you, can I trust these two to leave and come back?
Hey, Kasuga.
Sir.
Yamai could have run off to a lot of places, but I checked with Yui Tabata myself.
Name? Yamai was in love with her, right?
That's right. If Yamai regrets anything he had to leave behind, I imagine that it's her.
Yeah, he wants to go see the love of his life one more time before he...
Is there a toilet around here? Bubbling like a cauldron down.
But what? Mako-chan just gave us a 2-hour time limit.
Adachi-san.
Joongi.
May I?
But where are we gonna...
Yamai's after Yui Tabata, and he's headed to Kamurocho. Whatever's left of the Tabata family, be hanging around there.
Got it. Look.
Yeah. But they're all gonna go to safety. We're gonna go retrieve Yamai from whatever his last little bit of business was he desperately wanted to do before getting arrested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adachi-san.
Yeah.
I can't blame him if he's about to spend like probably the rest of his life in jail. I can't blame him for wanting to like tidy up a little bit of loose business before that. Okay, this is where their family business used to be as a Yakuza. Maybe they're still here. Okay, the Tabata family hasn't been here for a while, many decades. Looking for the Yui. He was a local celebrity. The family collapsed after Yamai went away. I sometimes see a former Tabata member around here you can ask. Over at the Pachinko parlor. Cool.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah, we'll track him down. We've got 2 hours to find Yamai and get him home. Okay, so we're heading to Pachinko. Is there? Oh, it's been a while since nighttime Kamurocho. This is early Yakuza town. Welcome me back, Yakuza 0. No random battles. I mean, there might. Usually there's random battles, but I think that because we're in like a time-limited bit of narrative, I think they're not having the battles pop up for a sec.
Sup?
Anyone know about the Tabata family? We're trying to find the matriarch.
Kasuga.
He won't say. Yamai's back in town.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, he's probably at the hospital and they're gonna try and beat him up. My life went to the gutter because of that prick. Okay. Okay, we're gonna get into a fight with you, we'll go to the hospital, we'll find Yamai, get them to come back to the cops.
Okay, I'm up.
I mean, honestly, I'm a big believer in, like, just let him fucking run. Don't force him back to the cops. I mean, it would fuck up our careers, but, like, no, if he wants to outrun the cops, let him outrun the cops.
The hell?
I'm up.
Yo.
Okay. She's at the hospital.
Yeah.
We're gonna go catch her there. Let's go grab a cab. Okay, I guess I'm not allowed to fast travel. Oh, you know, there are battles around. There are not random battles, but there are. I'm running around NPCs that want to battle me. Everyone to the hospital. Hey, Yamai. You gonna finish up your business? Sort out your feelings?
It's been a long time, matriarch. Who's there?
Yamai.
Yo. Took you a while.
I mean, we had to find out where you were. Like that, you know, you came straight here. We had to, like, do detective work.
That's her?
Yamai, what did you come here for?
If you knew I'd be here, you obviously did your research, no?
Revenge? On an old lady in the hospital? Even for you, that's some selfish shit. You fell in love with her and killed her husband over it. I'd say you got your revenge a long time ago.
You're right. I've got no excuses.
Oh, come on. Look me in my face. You gonna let me get away with that?
You know something? You're a hard man to please, Tomizawa-kun.
I really want a Yamai Tomizawa Yakuza.
Alzheimer's disease. Woman's only 57. It's too old to be called early onset. But still too young. She doesn't even know who I am. 30 years ago, she had everything a woman could want. She'd go on million-yen shopping sprees. Order champagne towers every night. We would bleed and kill to make that money. And she tossed it away like paper. And I loved her for it. I shouldn't have. But I just fell further.
He just wanted to see her one more time, even if she wouldn't.
For you tolerating all that.
If not for her, just for himself.
Characteristic things about us that make us human. past all her faults. Except having another man in the picture. And of all the men she could have, she chose his captain. The boss was always gonna find out. That's when she finally noticed this big dumb lummox. She could tell at a glance I was crazy about her. She got me alone. She whispered to me, if the boss ever finds out about me and him, I'm dead. You have to kill him for me. Kids are stupid. Growing up is learning that jobs like that have no happy endings.
But you did it anyway.
I thought it was my only chance. I remember saying, anything for you.
I need more Yamai in this series.
Boy who used to think like that. The matriarch had a plan for it all. That night, I'd accompany her to the boss's office so she could talk to him. She would tell him about the captain. He would hit her, and I would kill him to save her from his rage. And she'd protect me from the police and the family. A good deal. So we went through with it. The moment she saw he was done breathing, she ripped her clothes and ran. Yamai killed the boss and came after me, she said.
What the hell? She set you up?
Incompetent Hero couldn't agree more. We need more older protagonists in games.
Have to hand it to her. The best Yakuza couldn't have done it
Like,
better.
you can't do a scene like this without, like, the weight of 30 years of I loved her and she used me and she threw me away and she didn't protect me from the crime. Like, she told me she would protect me if I did this crime for her and then threw me to the cops straight away. And I've spent 30 years just wishing for some kind of revenge on the person who fucked up my life. And then I arrive here and I see that she doesn't even recognize me. And I still love her. And there's no... She's not there for me to be angry at in the way that I would have wanted. Like, you can't do that kind of weight without an older protagonist. Like, again, as you say, a party of 20-somethings you just can't... You can't pull shit like that off with.
Had to go on the run after that. I only got to see her one more time. The dirt had just settled on the boss's tomb, but she and that captain were living happy and openly.
What?
You know, I think that was the moment I started getting shivers. My blood's run cold ever since. Made up my mind to flee the country then. I wanted to forget it all.
Understandable.
That's really how it happened.
I recall whether or not you believe me.
If it all went down like you said, why were you just staring at her when we came? If you wanted revenge, we'd have been too late to stop you.
I thought that's what I was coming here for. And then I saw her.
Is it already time for breakfast?
Now, there's nothing romantic left to this. My whole life, she was always far beyond my reach.
The revenge you've built up in your head.
Okay.
This would not
Story
be...
time's over.
You know, revenge requires the person being revenged to understand
We've been here too long.
the weight of the exchange.
Turns out I was right about you.
Huh?
Like it or not, you are the type to carry the load for someone.
Oh, do you ever shut up?
I can't get over this.
And again, I think this adds...
so much about yourself.
Again, I think this adds a really interesting weight to his choice to come back and let him, go serve his prison sentence for this. Because, like, it's one thing when it's like, yeah, I'll own up to that thing I did, because it's the right thing to do to get Lani and Ichiban's mum back. It's a whole different thing when it's like, yeah, it's a thing I did, but it's a thing I was tricked into doing by someone in a position of power and authority over me who told me they loved me and told me they'd keep me safe. and then just didn't. And like, I don't think Yamai thinks he deserves to serve time for that, but he's willing to get everyone back. He was throwing himself away for closure, and illness robbed him of that. I mean, kinda. There's a lot of ways you can read it. Like, was he doing it because it was the right thing? Was he doing it for this revenge? Was it both? And I mean, like, I feel like he's got closure. Like, it's not the closure he thought he was coming here for, but I think he's got closure.
The detective waiting.
Closure that he probably wouldn't have had if he'd stayed in Hawaii.
Pardon? Could you turn the heat up in here? I'm very cold.
Yeah, this is where it got me.
That feels good.
Yamai is such a
Thank you so much.
fascinating fucking character.
Anything for you.
Oh, that fucking line delivery. Because when all's said and done, his relationship is still the same as it ever was, regardless of anything she's done. It's she says what she wants, and anything for you. Anything for you, dear. Ah. You see why I want more Yamai in this series? Like, Yamai is
I think he's slick.
easily one of my favorite characters in Infinite Wealth.
Yeah.
He's such a good addition to this series. Now, I think this is probably a good time for us to wrap up. Because we are heading toward the end of the game now. When it says finale, yeah, we are getting toward those point of no returns. I think there's going to be one big group conversation between the two parties, and then we got Hawaii finale, Japan finale. We're done. We're right near the end of the game now. We are real on the precipice of this game ending. So thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. It's been a real neat one. I'll be back with some more Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on what day of the week are we on? We're on Friday today. On Monday. I'm hoping next week will be the last week of these streams. I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think by Friday next week we will probably be done with Infinite Wealth. So there's gonna be many hours of big plot over the next few streams, so make sure you check them out. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna go get some sleep.